Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications for our upcoming videos and episodes. Thank you and enjoy the show. On everybody.
What today is?
You know what today is.
What?
It is Redline Thursday. It's Redline
Redline.
Thursday. It's
Redline.
it's Redline
Redline.
Thursday.
Ah, ah.
Hello everybody. How are y'all doing today? What's going on? It's another Redline Thursday on this beautiful September 24th, 2020. We are back again with another episode for y'all. I'm so glad y'all decided to ride this train with your two favorite hosts on your favorite podcast. You already know what it is. So, everybody, hey, everybody, welcome to the Redline Podcast right here on TalkShoeRadio.com, 717-734-6904, show ID 511-6519 hosted by myself, Nelly Swag09, and Queen Alexis. Doors are now closing. Please take your seats, hold on tight as we ride this train from Howard, headed straight to 95th on the south side. On today's episode of the Redline Podcast, we discuss the recent settlement in the Breonna Taylor case, as well as the Louisiana Metro Police Department calling the state of emergency and federal buildings closing this week, as well as we'll be talking about the announcement of the findings from the grand jury. But before we get into breaking everything down and doing what we do, and I guess we just got to go to the best part of the show. At least I think the best part of the show, the highly anticipated, ignorant, but sometimes educating segment that I love and you love. So I want everyone to say it with me right now. Loose squares, and loud. Brought to you by our very own Queen Alexis. So Queen, I know this is a tough red line Thursday, but just let the passengers know what is your loose squares and loud for this week. Go ahead and tell the people.
Well. Hello, everybody. This is Queen Alexis, and I'm bringing the loose squares allowed on today. I am actually converting it to an award show for just tonight, and it becomes an award to all the people that looked at this case and actually keep saying even until now that it's just the police was doing their jobs and getting rectifying a drug deal or a drug bust or getting rid of another drug dealer and not realizing that this woman ain't had not nothing to do with this at all. It was her ex, but even her ex said that she ain't had nothing to do with it, so she was living her good best life. So this loose squares and loud for being the most ignorant and or racist type of people ever goes out to y'all. I hope y'all like y'all award. It's shaped in the middle as a in a image of a middle finger. And yeah, you know what you can do with that. With that being said, I am done. Bless your heart and your parts, and good night.
Well, everybody, that was Queen Alexis Loose Squares and Loud for this Red Line Thursday. And I just want to say I like to nominate every single person who just blankly don't understand why we scream Black Lives Matter and say, oh, it's a terrorist organization. Nah, y'all, we've had terrorist organizations for years. Like, why black people? It's like anything black, it has to be terrorist. Like, whether it's Black Panther, the Black Panther Party, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's the NAACP, it has to be colonism, it has to be, all of these things. So for all of
And
y'all who still
also,
don't get it, who still don't understand why we scream Black Lives Matter, a big one up to you. And I'm not talking about the finger that my wing's supposed to go on. All right? Okay.
mhm.
So, like I said at the top of the show, we are talking about the verdict from the grand jury in the Breonna Taylor case and all the things that preceded it and the aftermath from it. So on Wednesday, September 24th, 2020, the grand jury did not bring any charges against the police officers in the killing of Breonna Taylor. Instead, announced three lesser counts of wanton endangerment against Louisville police officer Brent Haskins. So, for some background information, Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old woman, was fatally shot by Louisville Metro Police Department officers Jonathan McTally, Brent Haskins, and Miles Cosgrove on March 13th, 2020. The officers entered her apartment in Louisville, Kentucky, executing a no-knock search warrant. The officers claimed that they knocked before forcing entry, but how the officers announced their identity before forcing entry has been disputed. Taylor's boyfriend, Keith Walker, fired a gun at officers, and he believed to be intruders, uh, who fired over 20 shots in turn. Taylor, who was shot 5 times, according to her death certificate, and McTally was injured by gunfire. Haskins was fired from the Louisiana Police Department in June 23rd, 2020. And on September 15th, the city of Louisville agreed to pay Taylor's family a $12 million wrongful death suit settlement. And the grand jury, like I said, indicted Haskins not for Taylor's death, but the three rounds of wanton endangerment for endangering a neighbor with his shots. The two other officers involved with the raid were not indicted. So yeah, it's a whole lot to unpack there. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This whole year has been a mess. It has. Everything from starting off with Kobe and Gigi to this coronavirus to losing, our jobs, monies, homes, being furloughed, being laid off, whatever the case might be, being stuck in the house with your kids can't go to school. It's been a lot going on. And it's been a lot, with what's went on in injustice. Everything from Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, um, just the whole situation has been a complete mess. And yesterday, when I heard the verdict, I was not surprised. I wasn't. To say I was shocked, I would lie to you. But to say I was hurt, disappointed, and upset, I definitely was. Um, I knew it was coming because um, earlier this week, the Louisville Police Department set out a state of emergencies, said that no officers could go on vacation, no days off. Everybody was on call. All federal buildings were boarded up. The National Guard was called in. So I knew then what it was going to be. But I was thinking, holding out hope that maybe it'd just be a manslaughter charge. Maybe it'd be something like, assault with a deadly weapon. I thought it was going to be at least something to that. But what the hell is wonton endangerment, people? I thought wonton was what you eat at a Chinese restaurant. Like, what in the hell is that? And for all of y'all who don't know what wonton endangerment is, I'm gonna give y'all some type of clue. Endangerment is a type of crime involving conduct that is wrongful and reckless or wanton and likely produce the death or grievous bodily harm to another person. And so under that definition that I received, let me ask you a question. So the wall, the neighbor next to Breonna Taylor, the pregnant woman who were white, just because shots went in a direction, didn't go into their apartment, but the endangerment of her was worth charging versus the murder of this 26-year-old essential worker. Alexis, make it make sense.
Um, I wish I could. I wish I could make it make sense because it's not. But in a way, we can. Let's just make it all the way, keep it all the way 100, keep it all the way real. Um, Obviously, this we are living in a time where pretty much racism is at its all time high in blatantcy. Um, just all the way. There was, oh yeah, this decision right here was just so ridiculous. And I don't know about you, but I would have expected this if the attorney general was white and be like, "Yep, here it go." But for it to be a brother,
Mm,
ooh,
mm.
not even a light skinned brother, that's just a brother. That pretty much said, well, I didn't see any evidence that points to the officers not doing their job. He was just came in there being reckless. He didn't aim. So pretty much you giving him a slap on the wrist for not
No, no, no,
aiming
no, no, no,
at
no, no.
Breonna.
Alexis, that's not a slap on the wrist. That's a time out. That's
Yeah,
what he got. That's the time. You know how your kids do something wrong, but it doesn't require a whooping. It doesn't require grounding or taking away their electronics or telling them they can't go play. What it requires is go sit in the corner for like 15 minutes.
pretty much.
Go sit in the corner for like 15 minutes, for like 20 minutes, and then come on out because that's all that warranted. That's it. That's it. And to talk about that, I knew something was going to go on with the state of emergency for Louisville, Kentucky. They knew what was about to happen.
Of
They knew.
course, of
They knew.
course.
And anybody who's black could know what that is and understand what that is and just like really just be upset with everything. Um So when I saw the news, it was announced, I believe it was earlier this week, maybe Monday. They said, "Hey, there's a there's going to be a announcement about the case this week." So when they was shutting everything down, when they was doing everything, I was like, "What in the whole entire mess of hell is about to happen?" They thought I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen, and to me, it's just ridiculous that we continuously have to go through this all of the time, and I'm kind of lost in a lot of ways, and I'm
Because it
upset.
honestly, Chanel, it honestly feel like ain't nothing else we can do.
It
Ain't nothing
does.
we can do.
It does.
We ain't gonna get no justice. And it's still like we back still in slavery. That everybody that these people, even government officials, these people, and I'm trying so hard to be cool about it, political about it, but correct about it, but hell fuck it. White folks, these racist ass white people up in this mud. Literally, it's like your life don't matter. You still 3/5 of a human. Which
And
what
you
the
know what?
fuck
That
is
ain't never
that in the first
changed.
place? It
That has
ain't
never
nothing.
changed. And you know what makes
But
it so disappointing? For all of those who don't know, yesterday, of course, was September 23rd. On September 23rd, 1955, Emmett Till's murderers were acquitted of his murder. And Emmett Till is a case that haunts me. Although I was not born, I wasn't thought about, I learned about in the elementary school. But the older you get, the more you learn. And to look at the picture, like he does, like if Google Emmett Till, Google him before his death, of a 14-year-old black boy and he looked like any 14-year-old black boy at that time. And even now, he just looked like an innocent black boy. He goes down to Mississippi, and Google him after he's been hanged, been beaten, been drug in a swamp, and shot in the head, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And look at him after. He looks unhuman. He looks like something I have never seen, but I cannot stop staring at that picture, and I refuse to, because that is not right. And shout out to Mamie Till, may she rest in peace, for having the courage to do that and to show the world and to have his face on magazines and black publications to say, look at what they did to my baby. But it's been literally, it's been almost 63 years to the date. Like, that's just putting salt in the wound. Like, we're going to announce this on the anniversary of Emmett Till's murderers being acquitted. If that is not the most in your face, we don't give a fuck type of situation you have ever experienced in your life, if that
But,
proves that black
Chanel,
people are not cared about, then
man,
I don't know what will.
but Chanel, this the thing. This the thing. Not only that we had these shock value and shock factors with Emmett Till all the way up to now. We keep on having and seeing these shock factors of racism against black people over and over and over again with the same results. All
Yes.
the evidence, with evidence showing that this is injustice, with evidence showing that these people had was not doing anything wrong, and with evidence that's showing that this is racism at its all-time high, and still get no justice. But hey, the best thing about getting no justice, to according to this government, according to these state officials and everything, is, oh, let's pay out something. You know, it feels like, oh, when when you go to a funeral and everybody have their flowers and their cars, and sometimes somebody puts some money up in the card. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what this is. Oh, we're so sorry for your loss. Like, come on now. Come on now. They don't care about us. But yet we trying to stay peaceful. Yet we trying to keep it just peaceful. Have a protest and be peaceful and be peaceful and be peaceful. I'm at this point now. I'm sorry. If they have set that mug up on the day of that they did this official statement, honey, I wouldn't have been mad at them at all. Cause I'm like, at this point now, how long we gonna be peaceful? How long we gonna be, oh, we shall overcome? How long we gonna keep on marching? I think some of us need to go ahead and march on up in there and do eye for eye. Cause that's the only way these people can hear us, if we take them out. And I ain't trying to say, yeah, go ahead, let's be at war, but this what it's coming to.
We're being
Let's
hunted.
be honest.
We're being hunted. And
We've been hunted.
we're being hunted, we're
Man,
being slaughtered, we're being all of it. And
and nobody's safe.
and
Men,
and, and,
women,
and it is right
children,
there.
nobody.
It's right there. It's like it's right freaking there. Like, it's right there. So I gotta move on to my next point, which is, gonna correlate with this point. I need to talk about Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron bitch ass.
You a
Uh,
bitch.
his
It
bitch
is.
ass. So
Whoa.
let me get my
Whoa.
let me get my journalistic hat on real quick, and let me state some facts.
I
Daniel J.
wanted to know.
Cameron is an American politician and attorney serving as the 51st Attorney General of Kentucky. Cameron is the first Republican elected to office since 1944 and the first African American Attorney General in Kentucky. He is 34 years old. So he is Breonna Taylor's peer. Just letting you know. So he's a millennial. Just letting you know. For all the millennials out there, just letting you know. So
We ain't claiming him.
this this fool and quick thing. For all my Sigmas, you know he one of your brothers, right? He a Sigma. Y'all might need to look into his membership. I'm just saying. I don't know. I gotta
Pause. He
confirm
a Pi
facts.
Beta Sigma.
Yeah, that's what I've read. So um I'm gonna
I
confirm
know
it
the
by the
hell. I know
I,
you
I,
fucking
I'm
lying. I won't.
I'm about to confirm it in a second. But I'm definitely, yep, he is. I just looked it up. Yes, he definitely is. So I need all my brothers who are Sigmas, y'all, especially National Board. I think y'all need to talk to your brother. Anyways, this fool had the nerve to get up in a press conference and say, oh, they was just doing their job and we found no reason, blah, blah, blah. So let me give y'all some facts about Mr. Daniel Cameron. He's a Republican. And I'm not saying black people can't be Republicans. Black people could be whatever they want to be. But black people have the choice whether to be a bitch or not. And I guess he's choosing to be the bitch. But anyways, um, do y'all know that he's on the short list to be one of the Supreme Court justice by Trump? Do you know he spoke at the National Republican Convention a couple of months ago? Do you know he has staunchly said that people need to stop being over emotional about this case? Do you know that he is engaged to be married to a white woman? Do you know that he's looked Breonna Taylor's mother in the eye? And Breonna Taylor, shout out to Tamika Palmer, I'm praying for you, has has asked for it to be fair justice. So, and do you know, as a prosecutor, they present the presiding facts to the grand jury to present about charges being brought up. And I've listened to legal analysts, black and white, who said that this case could at least be some charges could be brought up and brought to court. But do you know that this man is an attorney general, was never a federal prosecutor? That he's never prosecuted in criminal court? So he doesn't even know how to present a case to a grand jury for criminality? Do you know that this man has not given the proper justice and pretty much is being in bed with Trump to stay on his good side? Because Trump praised the hell out of him yesterday, if y'all even bothered to listen. And he worked so closely with, and he's been endorsed by the federal for the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police, as well as the police union out there in Kentucky. So he works very closely with the police. And I'm going to say this, you failed miserably and we don't like you. I don't like calling people these names for any odd reason because we're not supposed to, but I'm going to call you this right now. You bitch ass coon. That's what you are. You tap dance for the man. But let me tell you something, Mr. Daniel Cameron. Let me let you know something. You ain't never gonna get the love that Breonna Taylor got. Them white people, they holding you up as they one piece. They do it every election. They hold you up in high regard. Whether it's whether it's the Candace Owens, where it's the Tim Scotts, where there's the Clarence Thomases, whomever it is, they're only going to have you as a puppet. But they don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. So you going to disappoint your whole community and not even try to give this woman justice. She was in her bed in her apartment, a hardworking 26-year-old woman, and you not even going to try to bring charges to these officers for her. You know what? Alexa, say something. Just say something, cause
I've been waiting on you to tag me in on this one, cause yeah, especially after you done told me this man is a member of Phi Beta Sigma. Are you serious? I know you fucking
yep, yep,
lying. Like, how the hell do you stand there and you represent, man? You come from us.
yeah.
You
He that blue fire
represent
blue. He that blue
us.
fire blue.
Ooh, ooh. Look, I'm about to sound like that TikTok sound. Ooh, you know what? You know what? I can't. I can't. I can't. And you stand there in a smog. Oh my God. In this smog stance, like my heart goes out to Breonna Taylor's family on their loss. You let the men that came into an apartment off a whim, because what the hell? What the hell you mean to tell me that y'all heard that the guy who y'all already got was getting dealings out of this apartment from the post office? Somebody from the postal service and shit. Yeah, that bullshit. We're gonna talk about that later. But brother, I can't even call you brother. Really? Look, Chanel, you called him a bitch ass coon. To me, that's a bitch ass nigga right there. That's a whole man right there.
For
Whole
sure.
man. Cause ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that you ain't find no damn evidence of murder, but y'all gonna pretty much uh put charges on him or indict him off of a fucking wall, a black woman. See, he sound like one of them black folks that been living in like probably high class or middle class. You know, and you think you listening to the narrative of everybody black that's in low class or in the hood and everything. All they are some drug dealers and gangsters, baby. There are bunches of intelligent and black people with integrity and dignity that ain't even like this. This young woman was an EMT, an inspiring nurse. She wasn't sitting up here in the trap. Her ex-boyfriend was doing that trap shit, and that's why he's an ex. If y'all don't understand one thing about black women, when we trying to get our lives together, everything that don't match this the fuck up here. Am I right, Chanel? Everything
Oh,
disappear.
for sure, for sure.
But you, man, come on now. And you talking about you ain't find no evidence, ain't nothing in you said, oh, some said this ain't right. And yet I wish I would. I wish anytime soon that he come out with a motherfucking shirt or blazer or something that says Phi Beta Sigma up in that motherfucker. I swear he gonna get assassinated by them boys. For real. Cause you can't tell me you gonna rep black royalty, black excellence. You got where you are because of black people. You ain't getting no break. You think you got a break? You didn't. Go back into your history, boo. Go back into how you got here, boo. Think you had an easy ride? Hell no. If you ain't noticing, you was working twice as hard to get where you are, but yet you turn your back on the
He
same
got
community
comfortable.
that
He got
come
comfortable. He
on.
got that position. He got that position. You got some clout. And that's what all and this might be veering off topic, but you know what? Fuck it. It's our show. You know, these black people who are black Republicans, for whatever reason it might be. And it's cool. You can do that. But when you turn your back on your own community, that has been ostracized, that has been plagued, that has been whipped apart by the same party that you rep. And not saying Democrats haven't done their dirt too. They all have. And we're in America and we shouldn't be. governed by only a two-party system, or or if it's an independent, or if it's this, or if it's that, or if you're liberal, if you're whatever. Listen, black lives are supposed to matter, plain and simple. They're supposed to matter. And you, as an attorney general, you as a brother, didn't even have the decency to fight for us. I can understand, like, sometimes some things are bigger than you. Some things are bigger than your political career. If you would have done right by Breonna Taylor, a lot of people would have took care of you. A lot of people would have fought for you. If the police would have tried to harass you, if you would have done anything and any smoke came your way, there would have been a bunch of people like, nah, bruh, he doing the right thing. But you didn't have the guts. You didn't have the gumption. You sat up there and said that the white wall in that apartment building was more worth some protection than Breonna Taylor's black body. Think about that. A bullets hit a white wall, concrete, cinder, drywall got more justice than a black woman. Make it make sense, everybody. Cause you know why you can't make it make sense? Cause it don't. It don't. And what
No.
hurts me so much about this case is I'm 29 years old, yo. And I try to do everything right. I try to do everything right. Ain't never scammed nobody. Ain't never been manipulative. Ain't haven't been wrong. Haven't tried to be anything. Just try to every day go to work, make my money, save my money, pay my bills, send my daughter to school. Trying to make a way in my life. Trying to do right. Breonna Taylor was trying to do the right thing. We are come on, everybody say, well, she wasn't with that man. She wasn't with him. And act like none of y'all ain't never dated a man that wasn't up to your standards or did some foul stuff. And on the side, on a little lighter note, everybody know them dope boys got a different type of D now. Come on, come on. I'm just saying they got a different type of D.
Well,
So
not all of them. Some of
not
them.
not all of them, not all of them, but some of them hood dudes make you feel a certain type of way. But she did what most women won't do and leave that alone. And she was with the man who was willing to stand up and protect her. He was, if y'all listen to the police call and her boyfriend crying on the phone, he doesn't know what happened. She's bleeding. He's watching life leave her body. On the police report, it said there was 0 injuries. How can that be when on her death certificate it says she had 5 shots to her body, yo? Make it make sense. And as far as this settlement is concerned, let me break this down to you for all your ignorant people. The settlement did not come from the same office that was going to charge these officers. The settlement was from a separate lawsuit to try to get some form of justice. And let's break this down. Do you know who pays for that settlement? Taxpayers. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't come out of the state's budget. These settlements are not coming out of these police officers' pensions. Let me let you know something else. That 12 million, to say one of the highest in history, let me take you back to a case in Minnesota when a white Swedish woman got shot by a black police officer. He was charged and convicted and stripped of his police powers. And Minnesota paid that woman, I believe, what, $50 million? That family. So Breonna Taylor's family got 12 million. And when taxes are all said and done, they're probably gonna be so paying that thing out. So Breonna Taylor's family is not gonna see that money. And guess what, everybody? That doesn't bring her back. Her mother has to look at her daughter's pictures and say, I couldn't protect you. Like I said, I'm a black woman who tries to do everything right. And this society is letting me know I can do everything right, but still get killed in my home and there be no justice. I could do every. How much more of a good American can she be? She's working during COVID as a essential worker, as a EMT, wanted to be a nurse. She wants to start a family. Her boyfriend wants to propose to her. She's trying to set up her life to be great. But one night she went to bed and never woke up. And the worst part I think about is, what if she did wake up and she felt every bullet go into her body? And she was responsive. And they did not render aid to her. They did not render aid to her. And some of those people who came in there to probably, after the fact, render aid to her, probably worked with her. Like, she spent her time trying to save everybody else's life, but her life couldn't be saved, nor spared, or cared about. A fucking wall got more justice than a black woman in America. Think about that, people. And it's sad.
Man, I mean, you brought up an excellent point. And me and Charnel have had this conversation throughout last week, the week before then, and all of this. And I said it. Like, you do know how closely EMTs and the police officers work with each other when dealing with any type of, even if it's just car accidents and somebody got seriously hurt, that they had to call the paramedics and everything, or a shooting, or building fall, anything, any type of disaster. My thing, and it might be, there might be a little bit of conspiracy theories, which I'm gonna talk about more about on this Saturday. Shameless plug. Anyway, but could it be that these three officers have worked with her before, and the one that just came up in that mug just straight shooting, they didn't have words, and it rubbed him the wrong way, or should I say, rubbed his ego the wrong way? And then here come this bullshit charge. Okay, you got the ex-boyfriend, but you found out, oh, he's connected to her. So let's roll up in there with a warrant. And I want to know this. This is my thing. They said they had an eyewitness. One of the neighbors said that that they did knock and no one answered. Could it be the eyewitness is the woman that got the bullets in her apartment? That now she's actually getting some justice. The pretty little white woman that's pregnant. Yeah, kind of feeling the same way that the rest of these racist people is too. Yeah, I'm just saying. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be?
I
But for
don't
the
know.
EMT level, come on now,
And
they work together.
yeah, and it's a lot to dive into. So let me just bring up this point. Black women are so unprotected.
As hell.
We're so unprotected. Yo, shouts out to Keith Walker for shooting off them shots to try to defend you and Breonna. I know you hurting, bruh. I know that's hard, but you did the right thing, because you have no knock warrants in a state that is licensed to carry, and there's stand your ground laws. But they was quick to charge him with attempted murder, but never charged anybody for murdering his woman. But let's just break it down clear. Ahmaud Arbery's killers were arrested, brought to charges. George Floyd's killers were arrested and brought to charges. No grand jury necessary, none of that. None. Trayvon Martin killer was arrested, brought to charges. Jonathan Bolton, uh, his killer was arrested and brought to charges. So on and so forth. Let me see something. Sandra Bland's killers. Anita Jefferson's killers, Breonna Taylor's
Nakia
killers,
Boyd.
Wakita Boyd right here in Chicago killer. Let me, you see a pattern? Black women, like as messed up as it is about George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and all those other names I've named, and so much more, they were arrested. They were charged. But Breonna Taylor, who should have been the most open and shut case, probably next to both of Ahmaud and George Floyd, because she was in her home. She wasn't doing shit. She was in her own home. You mean to tell me that they couldn't even be brought on freaking manslaughter? Not even assault with a deadly nothing? Nothing? Like what? Like I I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so hurt. That is beyond me. That we as black women, we can birth the nation. We can take care of a nation. We can march and fight for our black men. We can fight for underprivileged and undervalued people. We can be the most educated. We could be the most influential. We can be the most decorated. We can be the most at all. We can be damn near perfect. But when it comes to our black bodies, we get raped, we get assaulted, we get beaten, and we get murdered with nobody bringing any justice to us as black women. Again, let me state this to you. Breonna Taylor's killers, who shot 6 bullets into her whole body, are led to be like, it has to be a reason. Let's find a reason. We could go to the smallest case with Meg the Stallion, who got shot in her foot by a black man, but because she's a black woman, like her foot got shot. Tory Lanez ain't been brought up on anything, not even questioning, as far as I've read. So a black woman, whether she get shots whittled through her body or to her foot, there is never justice for her. But let me remind you, let the police officers had the wrong address and stormed into that white pregnant woman's apartment. Let me ask you, how long would it took for them to arrest the cops there? Hmm?
30
Hmm? Hmm? Let me ask you, if Tory Lanez would have shot Kylie Jenner, how long do you think it would take for him to get arrested and his whole career be over? Hmm?
2 seconds.
Hmm? Like, we as black women, if you not foreign, if you not white, if you not this, if you ain't got something different in your hair, if you're just black on black on black, it's like, oh, you cool enough to be a baby mama or somebody I kick it with. But like, be my wife, like be the person I bring on red carpets and stuff. I don't know. Like, we have to deal with so much BS and so much like disrespect. Is ridiculous, and people think we over extravagating it, like over exaggerating it. Let me bring this into perspective for you. Black men, you know how you feel like you're hunted and unprotected, but you really don't feel unprotected because you know black women wild for you. When do y'all wild for us? Like, y'all was willing to tear this bitch down for George Floyd. Y'all was willing to tear this bitch down for a whole lot of things, which y'all should. I need y'all to. Where's that same energy when it comes to a black woman? Where's that same energy? I'm asking America, where's that same energy? I'm asking Black America, where's that same energy? But I'm hurt because I'm a black woman. I'm raising a black daughter who's going to be a black woman. And the fact that I not only got to tell her hey, you got to watch out for these men who might disrespect you or not value you or devalue or say you're not this because you got this texture of hair or you're this skin complexion or you got these color eyes or you got this or you got that. You got to worry about also a country who will not protect you, who will not protect you. And this shit is just heartbreaking and it's frustrating and I'm upset and I'm hurt and I just feel so angry and so upset. Like, what more can we do? Like, what more can we do? And I'm just like, man, it hurts. It hurts a whole lot, man.
I mean, what else needs to be said? What else needs to be said on this one? It's quite clear. I agree with you. We're not protected at all. We ride hard for our men, no matter what. Not protected. So if anybody asks you who feel like they got the world on their shoulders the most, it's us. Cause
It
this
feel
right
like it.
here, man.
It feel like it. Like it really, really feels like it. And I want to talk to all my white people out there, all my Hispanic people out there, all my Asians and everybody across the world. Black people are hurting and we're tired of the bullshit. Like we're hurting. Like the thing you have to realize is after yesterday, I couldn't stop being sad. Like although it's like as black people we're built with this expectation to like understand that we're never gonna pretty much get justice. If we get justice, we're gonna not get the whole pie. We're gonna get like 25%. Like we could get the arrest and we could get the conviction, but they won't get the maximum sentence. Or we'll get the arrest, they'll go to trial and then they get acquitted. Or we won't even get the arrest. Or they'll get arrested and charged with something lesser than what they did to us. And in the lesser charge, they try to give that person the lesser sentence. And we as black people were tired. We have to deal with the violence that's in our own communities that we didn't build. Like systematic racism and oppression built this. You know why? You know why John shoots Pookie? It's because there's no jobs and he feels like his life doesn't matter. So if he has no value for his own life, he's not going to have value for Pookie's life. If he feels like he doesn't have any outlets, what it's nothing. We don't have the community centers, we don't have the after school programs, we don't have the mentorships because all of it is stripped from our communities. We live in communities that got food deserts where the only time we could get anything is either fast food or from the liquor store, so we're being poisoned. Hence, Flint, Michigan, that our water can't even be drinkable or bathable, or we're gonna get cancer or lead, and then we're led with all these learning disabilities and autism and ADHD and all of these other things that happen to us, or stillborn pregnancies, and they try to fertilize us, defertilize us where we can't have any more children, and they're trying to kill us all off. So we're dealing with so much. We're dealing with that in our own community, just in the black scheme of things. Then we step out of our community. We get enough money to move into a nice neighborhood. The neighbors might call the police and say, I don't think this black person can afford to live here. Make sure that they actually live here and not case in the joint. So we can't even move up in the economic ladder. We can't stay in the hood because we might get killed for being in the hood. But if we go to white neighborhoods, we don't get loved. So if we stay in the black schools, we're not going to get the education to be advanced and to be on the same playing field. But if we send our kids to the white schools, we have to worry about them maybe having nooses in their lockers or things. So we are tired. We're battling so much. Like it took a lot for me to be okay for this show today. It took a whole fucking lot for me to be okay. Like we're living in the middle of a pandemic. We're dealing with so much. We're fighting so much. And yet we gotta be here and perform. Black people are acceptable long as we dribbling your ball, long as we running down your field, long as we singing your song and dancing your
Mhm.
dance, long as you can strip us from our culture, from our hair to our looks, to our swagger, to our clothes, to everything. We make everything poppin'. Do you understand me? We make everything poppin'. And they steal from us. And we package it and say it's from them. Greatest example, the show Living Single. Great show. Wonderful show. One of the best sitcoms of the 90s. Quick question. What is Friends?
A white living single? Well, it ain't even a white living single. Cause can't nobody beat Cal Barker ever.
Ever.
They
But
got a
but
tall,
it's
goofy dude and a
but
Hulk.
it's been but it's been repackaged. Let me ask you something. You know, y'all got Netflix. Y'all have watched Girlfriends, right? Girlfriends is a great show with Tracy Ellis Ross. What is Sex in the City? Huh? Let me ask you a
Exactly.
question. Y'all watch Moesha, right? Great show, right? What is Sabrina the Teenage Witch? What is the show Clueless? Huh? I can't hear you. That's just some examples. None too big, none too big. It's cool. It's cool. It's whatever. You know, they say the highest sign of admiration is imitation. So we know what it is. But we steadily are told that, oh, you don't sell, or black people are not international, or we don't know if black people can lead a movie, or lead a drama, or lead a comedy. Or it's been told for years your films don't do great internationally. Black Panther gets released, they break all types of records over in China, in Australia, all over the place, with a leading black cast and a black director. You actually give black people resources and money. Look what we do with it. We created a whole movement. We was going to the theater like, oh yeah, kumbaya. Like we was making trailers just to go to. We was in full outfits to go see a damn movie. So we're tired. Like we're so damn tired. And I don't want to hear nobody saying, "Oh, like what you got to complain about? You live this life, whatever." Like, nah, man. If one of us is hurting, all of us is hurting, and this ain't cool. This ain't cool at all. So before we get out of here, I have to bring up my last point, my last couple of points. Actually, we gotta vote, y'all. The district attorney, the attorney general are all elected positions. They're elected positions. They're not appointed. You can elect your attorney general. You can elect your district attorney. You can elect your sheriff. You can elect these positions. You can elect who's on your city council. So, everybody, if you haven't already, please get out and register to vote. Please vote early, vote by mail. And on November 3rd, if you haven't done all of those things ahead of time, get your butt in at the polls on November 3rd. I want y'all to be camping out at the polls on November 3rd like y'all do them Jordans and them iPhones. Because we need to get this dude in the White House out of here. Because Ruther Gangsbury, the Supreme Court Justice who died, she was trying to hold on into November. She was. But they're trying to fill up that seat so quick and give Trump another appointed position in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court can determine our right to choose, can determine our voting rights. It could be setting precedents for generations to come. You think it won't affect you, but a Supreme Court decision can roll all the way back to Jim Crow. Trust me, it can. That's where they trying to take it there. So please vote. Vote, vote, vote. Learn about your, not just in this presidential election, your local election, at at the state and city and county levels. Vote, vote. Please, please, please vote. Find out the candidates. Find out what you believe in. Don't, and all of those who saying, I don't know if I want Joe Biden to be elected. Listen here. 4 more years of Trump ain't gonna do nobody no good. Because this man don't know what he doing and he's incompetent. And like I said, Mr. Daniel Cameron, the attorney general, who didn't even bring up charges for Breonna Taylor, he's on the short list to try to be a Supreme Court justice. And you know Trump might just elect him just to show that he's not racist. Like, oh, he put a black man in a position of power. No, not that black man. Nope. 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 So please, everybody, November 3rd, please go out and vote. Please, 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 please vote. Like, you got to vote. You don't sit this one out. Don't say my vote don't count, because if your vote didn't count, they wouldn't try so hard to suppress it. We had ancestors who died for this right. And what we don't need to do is pretend like their actions and their blood and their sweat and their tears and their marching and their blistered feet and their beaten bodies don't deserve us to go to a place, check off a few boxes, slide it in the machine, and guess what? You get a nice little sticker. I'm just saying. And if you don't feel like going to work that day, yo, say, I got to go vote. By law, they got to give you a few hours to vote. So if you want to get out of a half a day of work or something, go vote. If that's all it is. I'm saying.
You're right, though.
If anything, like, even if you do vote by mail, I'm not saying y'all should do this, but I'm saying if you do vote by mail, your job don't know that. I'm just saying, I come in late, I gotta go vote. You know, it's election day. Yeah, I will call the people. I'm gonna call OSHA and tell them that you won't let me vote. Like, I'm saying, black people are always looking for a way to get off of work early.
Here you go. I gotta go vote.
I gotta go vote. And it's gonna be a few hours, because Trump out there trying to stop the black vote. And he is, people. He definitely is.
Bad.
And
Real bad.
It's crazy. So before we get out of here, I gotta do my what you're not gonna do. And what you're not gonna do for this week is what you're not gonna do. And this goes out to white America. What you're not gonna do is devalue black people's sensibilities and hurt. What you're not going to do is pretend that we are not upset and we're not filled with pain and anguish. What you're not going to do is say, well, they presented all the... Shut up! I will slap you across all the way to Africa, okay? You need to understand, if you're truly an ally, if you're truly somebody who understands the fight, then you need to understand that us as black people are hurting. And do not say that you understand, but you still say, but I don't know why you're going to vote for a Democrat. Listen, we as black people have never had the option to be picky. We haven't. We got to have the option to stay alive. So what you're not going to do, white America, is try to blame this black woman, Breonna Taylor, for her own death when she was just laying in bed. And it's some bunch of bullshit that a white wall got more justice than she ever had. But I'm going to try to hold out a little bit of hope, and hope that the FBI, and hope that the federal level will bring some semblance of justice. Because that's what Mr. Daniel Cameron did. He was like, it's out of my hands. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So, yeah, that's it. And before we wrap it up here, I just want to tell y'all, like, it's been a tough one. Queen, how are you feeling? Because I meant to ask you early, how are you feeling with just doing this show today and the news we got and the news we've been getting?
First of all, for me, I've been literally trying to not find a distraction, but trying to give myself at a peaceful level because there's too much shit coming up. And this ain't gonna be the last time that this topic is gonna be talked about this week from SCP at that, because we're gonna continue this conversation on Saturday on the Mad Hatters about America's blood money. We're gonna be talking about these settlements given to our people for their government officials and judicial officials just taking us out, but we're gonna give you a check. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on this Saturday on the Mad Hatters, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So for me, I've been trying to keep myself at a all time like low vibration and just try to stay calm as much as possible. But it's hard. It's hard. Both of us, both me and Chanel, we are mothers of daughters. And how do you explain to your daughter that not only you looking at this news and everything, that our black men lives are not valuable, our black children's lives are not valuable, but our black women's lives are not valuable. Be black and die, and it's just too much. So, yeah, it's a journey right here. Right now, I'm just done. I'm still tripping off the fact you just said this boy is a Sigma. The hell, I'm going back in my corner. I'm done, all the way done.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and it looked like the research is to be true. And if it's not Sigmas, I'm sorry if I try to associate him with your organization, but if it is true Sigmas, my brothers, my Blue Five Blue brothers, y'all need
Take
to
his
do something
membership.
about that. Y'all need to do something about that. Y'all need to say, "Oops, we don't know what happened. We you remember for us, huh? Where? Huh?"
Cause trust
So
me, if it had said that he was an alpha, woo, baby, them alphas would have alpha gorilla stomped his ass that day. You would have just saw a whole bunch of guys in black and gold just straight up whooping his ass in front of his house after he made that statement. It would have been wrong. Just
and if any of y'all, and I just need to know, is was he a line brother or is he paper? I just need to know. Cause
dang.
if he paper,
Ah,
then y'all can rectify that real quick. But if he actually crossed the burning sands, then if y'all one of his line brothers out there, go talk to your bruh. Go talk or disassociate, burn his line jack, whatever y'all gotta do. But like I said, if it's true, please rectify it. If it's not, I apologize. I'm just reporting what I see. And the internet might be wrong, might be right. I don't know. You did. But I just I'm just trying to let you know. So as we pull into the 95th Street station, please grab all your belongings and exit. This is as far as this train will go. As you head up the stairs, elevator, or escalator and head to your next destination, we want to thank you for riding the red line with us. Please come back next Thursday and every Thursday right here on 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on TalkShoeRadio.com. Our number again is 717-734-6904. Show ID 511-6519. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel, The Redline Podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications for our upcoming videos and episodes. Also, we're on Google Podcasts as well as Spotify, iHeart, and Stitcher Podcast. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell some more friends to like and follow our Facebook page for all upcoming events and show topics. Also, if you're interested in promoting your event or business or any other business inquiries, please email us at redlinepodcast2020@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Nelly Swag09, on Twitter at Nelly Swag09, as well as like and follow my fan page on Facebook at Nelly Swag09. And if you want to get to know me a little personal, a little bit better, Just hit me up on Facebook on my personal page, Charnel Nelly Logan. And yeah, please like our Facebook page, the Redline Podcast featuring Loose Squares. And Queen Alexis, let everybody know where they can find you and so on and so forth and all them good things. And you know.
Y'all can find me everywhere. Look in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's my biz. No, I'm playing. Y'all can find me on Facebook, my actual page, Alexis Sherelle Owens, my fan page, Queen Alexis, Instagram, Queen underscore Alexis 1990. All I will be manning all three of the platforms, the Mountain Queens Court open mic that will be airing every Tuesday night on Talk Shoe Radio at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. The number is 717-734-6904. The show ID is 2864394 You'll find me here every Thursday night with my girl Nelly Swag, and on Saturday nights on Talk Show Radio with Mad Hatter, hosted by myself, my boy Devontae Davis and Mavis Avis Davis, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The number for that, 717-734-6904. Show ID 991-5968 We will be discussing more about this on this Saturday, but tune in. Just find the Mad Hatters and the open mic, Madam Queen open courts open mic is both on Spotify. And also the Mad Hatter is on iHeartRadio. Yeah, we got a whole lot of stuff coming up in these next upcoming week, especially coming up to this election. Yep. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, yeah, everybody. That's where you can find Queen Alexis. And once again, we want to thank everybody for supporting us, for letting us, voice our opinion. This week has been tough. The last 24 hours have been tough, to be honest, but this everything leading up to this decision of yesterday was tough because we knew what was coming, but it still don't mean you're not hurt, and still wasn't like crossing your fingers hoping that the right thing will be done, but it wasn't, unfortunately. But prayers to Breonna Taylor's family. Um and much love to her family, her mom, her boyfriend, her siblings, everybody, cousins, aunties, uncles, everybody, because because if I'm hurting, I can only imagine how they're feeling. And they knew her on such a personal, intimate level. So yeah, thank y'all for checking in on the Red Line podcast. And oh yeah, Queen Alexis need to go into the corner because I was looking in the camera trying to concentrate early in the show, and she was playing with her little inflatable boobs that she got. Her whole, like, if you ever seen Queen,
Ain't
she got these
nobody. How
boobs
you gonna
like
just tell?
like
Never mind.
like she was just like distracting the hell out of me while I was trying to be serious. So letting y'all know, if a little bit early in the podcast it sounded like I was unfocused, it was her fault. And
Ain't nobody
she
told you
and
look.
she and she did that because I went to the screen. I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" It was just a whole lot going on. So I don't apologize because that's her fault, and I was trying to be professional over here, just letting y'all know. So I just had to
I
let
will
y'all
come
know
back.
that.
They can't see us. They can't see us.
I
They
know,
can't
I
see
know,
us.
know
So
they
they
can't
ain't
see us,
know.
but because they didn't know, but I knew, and that was like, whoa. But any old ways, shouts out to all my parents who are doing e-learning right now. I know it's hard. I'm trying to deal with it as well. Um, and yeah, thank you again for riding the red line with us this week. We'll be back next Thursday and every Thursday right here on TalkShoeRadio.com. Once again, the number is 717-734-6904. Show ID 511-6519 #. We like to give y'all peace and blessings. And oh yeah, just in case y'all forgot, y'all can still arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, and who shot Jacob Blake. Black lives matter. Black women matter. And let the fight on. Power to the people. Much love. Later, y'all.